So now it's time to get started. Today we invite Ms. Sora from US, and the title is Connecting Culture Through Ink. So I'll finish sharing my cover picture. So uh, please have approve stamp in the bottom side, and let's start your talk, Ms. Sora.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sora, and I'm based on the Portland, Oregon, USA. So thanks for your time today and listen to my story of Shodo Japanese calligraphy journey. I hope you enjoy an hour, and I will try my best. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I will start. I will have a full slide today. So yeah, so I'm gonna just start it. So thanks for your time. Enjoy. Okay, that's good. Okay, great. So so as you know, my name is Sora, which means universe in kanji character in Japanese, and Sora, the pronunciation is means sky. So that's my artist name, and my real name is Rie. But I will tell you why I have an artist name later. Okay, and then so universe. So is uni is one, and verse is like a song, poem, right? So I realize now I've been performing artists since 2017, and I realize now see my art through I have created since 2017. It's like some universe, like some one song, a poem. So I will show you the last to the end. I will made a little universe, like one poem through my art. So please stay tuned. And then, there's in the middle, there's a lot of story to tell and share. So I hope you enjoy it. And then this first one is the art using sumi ink and a gold ink, which is made in Japan. This is like when I saw during a pandemic. During pandemic, I didn't have any live shows, so I was working different job, and I was out there looking at the sky a lot. I think my name is Sora, which means universe, and then sky. Maybe that's why I just have a get the energy from a sky. And so these I use always the Subi ink and brush and my hand and paper. So that's the key of my expression. And then so this is a performance in last year. So I've been collaborating like outside, anywhere else, inside, like company or anywhere else. And then I shout sometimes. I will tell you later why. And then this is my son holding my canvas in the back. And he's graduating high school in June. And my family supported me for these 5 years a lot. And then other friends and other local people helped me. So I'm really thankful what I'm doing right now. And so through my life experience, how Japanese traditional culture is affecting to my performance. And I will explain, and then I will tell you my story of journey, why I'm doing this right now as a Japanese, calligraphy live performance artist using sumi ink. So on the left, I was flight attendant for 4 years in Japan. That was my dream. And then on the right side, I experienced country life in Japan. So these things affecting me, and then I will. So today's agenda is these things. So first, I will tell the first writing, like how I started, and how the experience when I was little is affecting my writing and my performance nowadays. And second one is Japanese country life I experienced in Japan a while ago before I started doing the live performance art. And then third, why I'm doing this Japanese calligraphy overseas. It's not easy because the Japanese calligraphy materials is pretty heavy and not cheap. So I will tell you why I'm doing this in USA. And then fourth, I create privately. So I will share what I've done, and everyone has good parts about themselves, and you have good parts about yourself. So I hope at the end, you encourage yourself through this lecture today through Sumi Inc. And then fifth is, like I said, I made a universe um, through my art for these I created for 5 years. So yeah, this is an agenda. So I hope I mean I'm not native speaker, so I hope my English is okay. But yeah. Okay, so so this is me when I was 2 or 3, I think. And then the right side is my hometown, beautiful hometown called Usuki. It's in the Kyushu area. It's a southern part of island in Japan, and it's a really small town, um, 30,000 people or 40,000 people, and fish is good there, and food is really good there, and the people is really good there too. And then right on the down is my father, who are writing since I was baby. He uses Sumi ink and inkstone, and he write for the people. He write for the temples in the locally for volunteering. He's not professional, he thinks, but I think he's real professional um, as a calligrapher. But he doesn't sell anything. He just write for the people for his fun. And then the left side is my favorite summer festival in my hometown. When I was little, there's a Japanese taiko, drum, and then they dance. So that's a god, Japanese god, the Shinto god. So it's like really scary, but it's it's said to be good luck if they hold you in the summer. Okay, that is my daughter is there, right there. Okay, so that's so I grow up with surrounded by the writing, like using Sumi ink through my dad, and I started Shodo Japanese calligraphy 6 years old, and I stopped when I was 14 because it was becoming competitive, and my teacher wanted to be for me to have gold medal all the time. So I had to write. And then but at 14, I was so busy with sport and then play and then study. So I was like, why I'm doing this? I don't like competitive stuff. So I quit when I was 14. And then when I was 36, here you go, I met Shodo again, Japanese calligraphy in USA. So last one is I write it in the big brush, like maybe second time in my life, big brush, and in maybe haven't done Shodo for probably 20 years that time. So that was my start. And the right downside is a guy, man who is wearing kimono, who is my friends, also who is my mentor of the Shodo. I saw his art, Shodo art on the top, and then I was like, wow, this is really good. And this is US. So who's teaching this? And I asked him, and then he says they're the teacher. So, and then he just made me to just write it myself. And then I did it on the left side. And if you know Japanese, this said, the so this is challenging and do it, so do it and then challenge. So, and but this first letter is wrong. I mistook one part, the character, so it's not the right. I thought I wrote it like, oh, yes, challenge and do it. Then I wrote it right, I thought, but it didn't. So everyone laughed at me, and then the mistake was my start. And then this is when I was at the mentor's, Mr. Ken, his name is Ken's house. And then his house is always have a swimming ink and the papers and a big brush and everything. So when I go there, I write. And then probably you feel differently on this art, right? Left is courage. And then in the middle is sad, and then wait, so and then right side is burst, and burst, and then the breathe and forward and walk. And the second one is no second one, the bad, and then the and then good, and then big one is the death. And then on the bottom is later, and then the last one, little one, is fun. So on the right, the on the further right is my death is big and then sad. So when I wrote this, I was pretty sad, and then but I was encouraged myself. So left isn't encouraged. So you can probably feel the different energy from it through the semi ink. So so I explain a lot about the sumi ink, and the these shodo materials I use is all the nature made, almost everything is nature made. So inkstone, which is I'm grinding the ink, is from the ocean, like sea, and sometimes in the mountain. And then the ink on the right side, the black one, is from nature made. And then the brush, of course, is horsehair and sheep hair, fillet hair sometimes. And then sometimes, I was thinking to use my hair too, but I didn't keep it when I cut it. So, but you can use any hair for this shoto. That's my thing. My idea. And then water from nature, from the blessing from nature. And so sumi ink, how they made is really, really give me inspiration of my art. Goes. So how they make is oil is poured in an earthenware vessel called kawarage, and then a string shaped, which is a lid. A lid is placed, and the suits on the underside on the lid is collected by the shokunin, the professional. And then they keep the fire lit, and then the suits and the suits they collected, they mixed with the animal glue and hot water, then mix the suits and water together. So they burned the soot. They burnt the oil, and then they collect the soot. So the fire, um, the burned, like, I call it the fire, but so the fire is like, for me, is washing away something. Like, if I have bad thing, I always have a fire outside, and then just, like, washing away myself and the bad thing. So I think it's semi-ink itself, because they burn the oil and then it takes for a long time. So if semi-ink itself has some power of healing. So like this art you see, this is an encounter. You can see the movement with the water and the semi-ink, and then looking at it really quietly. Maybe it calm you down, or something you feel something like comfortable or sad. So I think nature sometimes give us the hint how we should move forward, or how we um, like aim to. So that's the hint from the nature through Sumi ink. And then I used a lot of Sumi ink. It's already made. Using I'm already made a Sumi ink if I have a like big performance. Um, because I think nowadays all the phones and all technology is changing our life. So I want to go back to the grounded nature and then blessing nature. So that's why I shout sometimes very hard. And then, so my teacher, my mentor, my Shodo teacher is on the left side, Seko Daigo. After I met her, my life changed. Because I saw this, it's like, wow, it's alive. It's alive art. And something is telling me like, oh, how the kanji character is made. And so I wanted to study about it, learn about it. So I told her, I want to be a professional artist. Then she asked me after a year later, start learning. It was 2014, 15. She asked me to help her perform, because she'd been performing in US, so probably that time of 6 years, and when I met her. So she needed help from me and from students she has, and then I helped her. And then that made me like, oh wow, this is really cool. And who is taking over this in US? So I asked her, like, who is? Oh, nobody. And then I asked her, can I do it? And then, can I try it? And then she said, yes, you will. You can try it. And then from that time, she's going to train me, not big brush, but the classic shadow really hard. So that's my journey started when I was 36. I met her. And then I started learning Shodo 2014. So after 3 years, she gave me Sora, universe, sky, the name of my artist name. And I told her, like, this is huge name. Why are you giving me? And then she said, oh, you're wide, and then you are energetic. So just go for it. So that's my life journey start. And then this is the first performance. It's pretty like, I was surprised that after she gave me Sora, the name, I got the performance call, like, can you perform? But I've never experienced it. So I was like, wow, but I would do it. And then I did it. And then the first request was like, can you write Japanese, like Japan? Can you write character of Japan? But I thought, oh, character of Japan is not, I don't know the meaning that much, and at that time, and it's like, oh, I wanted to be something like meaningful. So I asked my husband, who is American, but he loves Japan, so he studied about the Japan more than me probably. So I asked him, and then he said, oh, you know what, Japanese mythology. So it's like, oh, what mythology? Okay. And then I looked up, and then it was a really interesting story. Probably I learned when I was high school or junior high, but that time I was studying so hard, so I don't remember anything. So the Japanese mythology, it's like two god, like on the right side and the picture, they have a sword, like sword, and then it's said to be so it's like they drop the, like mysterious water, like magic water from the heaven, and then the Japan island um is formed. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I thought that's magic, the water like ink is like sumi ink. So I was like, wow, so I'm gonna do it. And then that's the art, the using Shodo technique born. And that long time, time ago, they didn't call it Nihon. Nihon is Japan in Japanese, but they called Onogorojima. So I write it Onogorojima, and then I just drop the magic ink from the heaven. So this was my first performance as Solar. Okay, so and then back, so that was the start of the Shodo, the first writing of the Shodo art. And then before I met my Shodo master, Sekko Daigo, I had a quite experience in Japan in my life. So when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be flight attendant because my mom was like, flight attendant is so cool. In Japan, they're still in high status, not probably in US, but I mean, it's a good job, but it's like Japan is like really, really like, oh, you're a flight attendant, that's great, that kind of stuff. So, and then I wanted to do that. And I love the English and I love airplanes. So my dream come true when I was 21, at 2020. Yeah. So I became a flight attendant, and then I did it for 4 years. And I went to US when I was 15 as exchange students a year. And I had a really quite experience discrimination I got because there's no Asian in Indiana, USA. So they were like, oh, you're Asian, So sometimes people said bad thing to me, and it was so sad, but I overcome. So I think that not giving up anything is, I think I formed when I was 15 without, that time we don't have any cell phone or any internet. So I couldn't call my mom for a long time, like maybe 6 months. And then the right side is my husband, the marriage, and then all my friends in Japan. And so that's my American life start. And so I came US 2003, and then I had a breastfeeding 3 kids, and I was so busy. And then my husband was so busy and stressful in this society. So he wanted to do a simple life. Like we don't need anything. We just need to grow food ourselves, and then just live in the tiny house and just live like let's do it a country life. And then I didn't want to do it in the US because I didn't have family here, and then I didn't like the countryside in US that time because I wanted to be a city so I can make a friends. But then he said he really wanted to do simple life. So we went to Japan to start the simple life, country life, because I wanted to be close to my family. And then here you go. So this was a really old house, like 100 years ago, but they didn't take care of it. So it was like that. And then they were almost like teared it down. But my husband and my daughter wanted to live there and then fix it. So our Japanese country life journey started here. Here you go. So it was so dirty inside and out. And then there's a lot of stuff, and then there's bones of animals. I think dead animals there. So it was so sad. But look at the beam. It's a beam called beam. Yeah, the wood. It's really really cool. Even the really dirty inside, but those the hashira is really, really good. So my husband wanted to fix it, and then he did. And this is a toilet. We did a compost toilet because for the nature. And then these are the life we had for 3 years there. So you can see, you don't see any material we had inside before he renovated. So renovation took 6 months, and his neighbors helped, and then my brother helped, my family helped, and my friends helped. A lot of help, including. And then the kids were so happy there because they can be themselves in the countryside. And then these are rice making my son is doing in the school. This is a really small school, only 60 kids, and it was so good. They did a nature, like they made a vegetable and they made a rice themselves, and they eat what they made. So it was pretty cool experience. And then through this experience, I was like, wow, this is it, we are human, connecting to nature. But during that time in the kominka, the Japanese country life, I worked as a TV reporter in the local company. So I was so busy, so I didn't look back like, oh, I didn't spend time with the kids that much because I was so busy working. And then kids are growing up, and kids wanted to do the soccer and piano and learning some different dancing and stuff, and then that costs money. So we gave up in Japan, and then we came to US, and then my husband started working. That's a society nowadays. So those experience is affecting me why I am doing this Shodo Japanese calligraphy art in overseas. So I grew up like a little town, and this is far away. And then I didn't know what I want to do after I came back in US because my English was not that good. And so I was like, wow, I'm 36 and what I can do. And so I was really finding myself, but I knew I can do something for the world. I knew it, and then I was searching myself, finding myself really hard when I came back to US. So I think that pray became real. And I met this Seko Daigo, and she gave me she gave me a chance to be a true myself. So you never know in life who you met, who you met today, tomorrow. And so I think it is important to be out there searching something if you don't know what you really want to do. I know a lot of people working, just they feel like they have to, but I think there's a thing you can do. There's a chance if you can make it yourself, if you believe yourself. So this is a passion. So I do the art with my passion because it's just the sumi ink just I love, and the paper I love. And so if you love something, just do it, and just try to do it and keep doing it till that become yours. And so that's through my experience, I feel it. It's not sometimes not easy, but if you believe yourself, the chance will come. That's I get. And then with my passion, I go anywhere. So this is US, and then I drove myself 15 hours driving to give this art the hope, uh, who gave me a chance to perform in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills. So I went to buy car because to send these big art, it's pretty pricey. It costs probably $1,000. So about 1万円. So no, 10万円, about 10万円. So I just decided to drive myself by my foot. And then lately, recently I went to Las Vegas by myself. It was 5,000 kilometer, Portland to Las Vegas by this truck, and carrying this big canvas on the right. Why I can do this? Because I believe myself, I can do it, and then I can be elsewhere, and then giving the passion and the happiness, and share my passion, and then make this world peace and then calm. And then so those long drive by myself, it was pretty scary because it's a snow and mountain, and it was nothing out there sometimes because US is so huge. And this is where my joy come, because if you go there, there's some people waiting for you always. And so I created for her a joy. There's a t-shirts I created for her joy, because she talked to me and then she gave me joy. And then on back there, the big art is a love in the back. And with my passion, so those things are big art. But every day I practice. And so these are the art, the Shodo, Japanese calligraphy classic version. I sent this to Japan. My master teachers now in Japan, Sekko Daigo, retired in March. So I'm taking over her in her legacy in US now. So this practice, my master teacher, so this classic version of the Japanese calligraphy got awarded 2 different exhibition last year. I was lucky to be here, but how much I liked is this much. Yeah, about probably before the exhibition starts, I write about over 200 papers. So 2 art be 400. So it's a lot of paper. But I use this paper for wrapping paper, which really works. So if you have a passion for something, or you love something too, you forget time. Yeah, that's your thing. Because when you were a child, probably you remember what you love and you are focused on it, and then you forget time. It's like, so nowadays society is like all the phone. But if you have a chance, let's go out there and then just find something you love. And those papers, I said, like, over 400 papers, like I write, and I use a lot of sumi ink with these performance. So these are the package I get from Japan, and it's really heavy, and it's not easy to doing overseas. But why I'm doing this? because I have passion. And this is a performance I did last month, and please watch. Okay, yeah, so that was a performance last month, and then the big art was a lab I created, and then the little one, the first one was it's okay, everyone's different. Yeah, we are all different, and we have love in everyday life. Even you are sacrificing with love. There's a love from nature. There's a love from food, what we have every day. So I pray. I mean, if you see my life performance, I pray for this universe, the earth, praying for the world peace. And this is the art that I did 2000 back in the 2018 at my daughter's elementary school, and with the musician Michi Imori. Just this come out. This is Earth, and Earth is quite. I mean, I didn't know Earth this much energy. Like, so it looks like for me, it's like screaming. So I think Earth is screaming nowadays because we use a lot of materials, and we waste a lot of food. We waste a lot of things. So it's like Earth is stop human. That's I feel nowadays. And this is a scream. And this time I thought I created with this guitarist dreams come true, but at I was explaining, and it's like my one of my friends said, "Oh, this is not dream come true. This you wrote the scream." So I guess with unconsciousness, I think I wrote it. I created the scream because I think Earth is screaming. We want to scream sometimes, so just scream. And so these, Earth is screaming, and I volunteer sometimes in the elementary school while my kids are there. And I saw like, wow, these kids are so shining and they have a lot of freedom. And so I wanted not teach, I wanted like support them to be just, be themselves, not like, oh, do this. No, 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 no. Like support. Like, what do you want to do? I think it's really important to ask everybody, like, what do you think? What do you want to do first? Compared to like asking, do it. So yeah, so and then the right side is a high school workshop I did, and then so they are creating moon. You can see a script moon in the classical style, but I asked them to create yourself. Like, what is your image of the moon? And then they created it with a sumi ink. And then seems like students love the sumi ink, like grinding sumi ink and then writing with these really cool brush, fude, Japanese brush. So I loved having workshop everywhere, like companies and high school and everywhere. I hope I can do more in US or elsewhere. And then on the left side is my Shodo class. They're creating freedom. Yeah. And then this is a live performance I did during COVID. It was not raining, but it suddenly rained. And even it's rain, I keep doing it because Shodo material is nature made. So even it's wet, its paper is strong, really strong. The sumi ink is good with the nature harmony, with the nature like rain. It creates something new and beauty. And this is like when I was my teacher gave me the name Sora. I got really crazy after kids went to bed, and I was creating till like midnight, and so that's born. This is independent. I think I wanted to be independent as a calligrapher, but I was not that time. I mean, I felt so, but I did it. So, and then, so this is independent in Japanese, jiriki. But for me, the kanji characters looks like help each other also. So that's a hint I can again, and then I decided to collaborate with the music or dancers or storytellers, everything else. I can collaborate with anyone. So this is a culture event at my kids' elementary school, and then I created the culture 2018. And you can see a lot of collaborator, koto players, shamisen player, taiko players. I enjoy creating together because we help each other in our life. And then this is N, and I encounter with people, really nice people, and everyone has a good thing inside. So I get energy from them, and then I create. This is a people in Japanese character. You can see two standing really firmly and dancing and enjoying and with the music. So that's I create in live. And then my live is almost intuition. So I go there, listen music, I feel the audience, and then I create. I don't decide almost not anything, and then I create at that moment. And then this is a performance I did in the Portland Art Museum, 2018 and 2019. And on the middle, that's a connection. And you can see the taiko prayer, koto prayers, and flute. And yeah, everyone's harmony makes really good atmosphere, and then calmness, and then happiness. And so as my teacher name, becoming Sora, I tend to look up the sky a lot. So on the right side is star, middle is moon, and left is light. And this poem I created is to be to be alive is a very precious thing. Each moment there is a new life born somewhere in this world. So I think this performance was right after Kobe Bryant died, and I thought, oh, he died in suddenly, and then those heroes, and everyone was so sad. But I think those life reborn, and then give some sadness will give you encourage sometimes. So in life is sometimes hard, like you lost someone who really love, but there's a hint you move forward, you can live for them. So I pray when I perform, when I use sumi ink. Thanks for nature. And sometimes brush and sumi ink tell you to go where you go. So the sumi ink itself has power for me. But I want a lot of people to experience grind the sumi ink. So this is ambition. The one thing I love kanji character, why I'm writing almost only kanji, the one character, you can see my art is so big. Why is the kanji itself, every part has meaning. So like, for example, this ambition in the top part means is a foot, like, standing, grounding. And then on the middle, and there's a one line, like a really long line. This is a start, beginning part. And then on the in the middle, on the center, there's like a nose, the kind of, that's a heart. So the ambition in Japanese, like this character, is like you stand in the start point, and then hear your heart, move your heart, and then move forward. That's ambitions. So those give me, like, each character gave me like hint how how I perform or what I create that moment. And this is in the middle, and the character is happy, 嬉しい. So happy or make you happy is like, this is on the left side is lady, a girl, woman, that means, and then right side is joy. So this this is like, fun to say, but if you make lady happy, lady, if you give a lady with the joy, that moment, the atmosphere is become happy. So yeah. So the kanji character is really fun. So this is breathe. I wrote in wood. Breathe is so in the top is like have a hair, and then this means yourself, myself, and the bottom and the like flowing thing is a heart. So you hear the heart, and then you focus on yourself. That is breathing. So tonight, please, tonight or today, when you get tired, please breathe really deeply, like inhale and exhale is so important. That calm you down so much. And this is a thank you. I wrote it with a hiragana, and I think everybody feel differently. So this is thank you. I created there's a lot of hiragana in it. So those things I create by my hand using my body. So like I said, nowadays technique is so great. I'm really thankful to this too, because I have an internet, I have a computer, so I can do this online for worldwide like today. I'm really thankful to that. But I think human can't not forget that we have hand warm. There's a warmness in there. So writing letters, cards, or something yourself is important. So these are performance I've been doing since before the COVID, and then COVID hit 2020. Everything changed. I mean, like rapidly in my life because all the live performance I was planted in 2020 was canceled. So it was my kids were online school as they were home, and I didn't know what to do, and I had a debt from a business, so I was like, "Wow, what are we gonna do?" And then I was just sitting outside, and then we decided to have a duck because we need food every day. And then I decided that what I can do is Amazon driver because I love driving. I wanted to be myself that time. I didn't know what to do because it's all of a sudden everything stopped in my business. So I every day I deliver about 200 packages. So it's like you start like 9 o'clock and then 7 o'clock all day you've been driving and delivering package. And why I started this, I love car, I love driving, but I think the delivering package is so important job that's bringing joy to the home. So that's why I started. But I did the 6 months, but tires, flat tire. I had a 2 times flat tire, but I didn't know change how to change. So I had to call the office several times. And then the last thing happened was the dog bite me, and then that's a time I decided to, oh, this is the time. God is saying I had to quit and go next. So I followed the flow. And then I taught online. Of course, not a lot of kids wanted to do it online, but some of the kids didn't, and then it worked. But it was for me, it was really hard because Shodo is about the smells, warmness, and feeling. So it was pretty tough to teach online, but I think I can do it now. And then, so online was few students, so I couldn't live with it. So I decided what I asked myself what I like, and I think I thought like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I love kids. And my kids are older, and then they're the times that they don't care about mommy and teenager. So I was like, oh wow, I want to do nanny babysitter. So I decided to do nanny, and I find really great family. I made really great beautiful family in our area. So I did nanny for 2 years during COVID, and then those kids taught me so many things, because I walked every day in the nature, and we find a stick, and then I told them, oh, we can make a brush, and then we did it. So it was fun time for 2 years. And then my teenager was, after COVID was so tough. My teenager was like, in the online class for almost 2 years, I think. So they were like, after the COVID ended, they were partying our house, partying everywhere. And just like I didn't grow up in US, so I didn't know how the high school is. So I was pretty shocked. And then those cars, my car, had an accident for 3 times by kids, but kids were luckily good. So I went through a lot. I learned a lot of things from kids, but when you bad thing or like things happen unexpected, that is the great chance to learn or you grow um, rapidly. So every time I do I face the failure, I feel like I grow. So I move forward with a smile, but sometimes, of course, cry. I think crying is so important. So if you want to cry, just cry out. and this is a 10. The top is 10, and then chi is the ground, and then in the middle is human, and the fourth one is father, and the fifth one is mother, and the last one is children. So during COVID, I felt these things, and then I thought, even you have debt, even your business not going well, I'm okay because I have those things in my hand, and I'm happy. So that was COVID, and then like before COVID and after COVID a little bit, I doing the private writing, which I talk to the people for a customer to for maybe 3 or 5 minutes, and then sometimes 30 minutes if they have a lot to talk, and then I feel their good parts or fixing part, like the things you have to fix, and then I feel it um when I talking to them. So I create private show art for them. So show means writing. So I'm always writing. So that's why I called I'm a shodo artist, because my writing, I'm not drawing. I'm writing Japanese character. So on the left side, you can see the lady is holding fan, and in the middle is sky. And so you can see that. So he's a photographer and videographer. You can see, videographer and the photographer, the eye is so important, and then you have to feel something. So the soul is important. So in the sky, you can see the soul and the eyes, like closing on the right eye or closing left eye, or just like, every line has a meaning. And the left one is fun, and she's a dancer and yoga teacher. So I think that came out that way. And so I talked like this, and then, I do create for the couples. I do create a special occasion. I love to do that because you yourself has a good part, and then you have a light inside. So that I create, I see light in people. I see good thing people if I'm writing sumi ink. So this is the wings. I think the customer has a wing, but she couldn't fly. She couldn't know what to fly. So I just talked to her about it. And then I've heard after this, she said she got courage and positive energy. So I think she's doing some good business now. So it was good to hear. So everywhere I go, I create for the talking to meeting, and then talking, and then I share my happiness, and they share me their joy. So those art born. So those things, like, so you can see I share my story, I share what I have, but people I met share with me their story, so I get energy, so I can create. So I'm really, really thankful for the human's gift and nature's gift. So that's why I love the through Sumi Ink. There is a story we can create together. Here's my universe. So this is a song I made, kind of poem I made. Since 2017, I've been creating using some ink at that moment. So this is a show. This is show means writing. Let's see. And then this is a together on the left side. And then together we laugh. And making harmony. And we make a circle together, and we harmony together, and then we hold the hand together, and then that makes circle, and then those become strings. And big, and then in the middle is big fire. As a big fire become light, and the light, and sorry, and then it's a weave. And so we string together and then big fire, the light, and then those things we weave together when we meet. And then like I'm from Japan, I'm in US, it doesn't matter where you are. And then we are human standing. And then there's a connection always where you go. And then there's a peace. And then we pray peace for the world and this planet. And then there's a hope. Even there's this war in the world, there's always hope. So please raise your hand, hold your hand, people next to you. And then there's look at the sky, and there's the ocean in our earth, and moon, your heart, and stars, and birds is crying. Listen to the sounds. Then there's love always with you. Even you don't see it, there's a light inside you. So talk to yourself in your heart and know yourself. And then you grow yourself, people who you met. And then we meet, and then we listen to the people who meet, and then we grow together on this earth, grounded. And then when you stand, look up at the sky, and there's a big, big blue skies. And on the ground, there is a flower blooming. And with everyone, we live together, holding hand, side by side. Each family has a story. There's a sadness, there's a happiness, there's a hard time, there's a fun time, but we grow together. That's why we are born in this earth. We have life, golden life. Even there's a darkness, there's a light. Because every day sun is shining, even there's a cloud, there's a sun behind it. Look into yourself. There's a light in you. And everyone has light. We need help. People need help. And talk to people next to you, and then help them to find their light sometimes. And give your light, happiness to the next neighbor. We have life. We are alive. and in the sky, and Sora. Universe. By Sora. So thank you so much, everyone. So the message through my Sumi ink is world is getting crazy and it's chaotic sometimes, and a society is a lot of full of the materials. But important thing is the Sumi ink taught me is important thing is we have nature, we take care, and then if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us. And so I think that from now the art, like creation and express yourself is really important. And of course, I'm raising kids, 3 kids, and I'm every day busy. But how I calm myself is, of course, the Shodo through Japanese calligraphy and Sumi ink. But breathing slowly is so important in this society. You breathe in, and good energy comes, and then breathe out the bad energy out. That's I do myself. So if you are really sacrificing something, or you're looking for something, finding yourself talk, I don't know this is the right word to say, but the talk yourself, you breathe, and then when you breathe. So yeah, thank you. I hope my English was okay, and I hope you enjoy it. And let's see how you use the camera. Let's see. Sorry. Thanks for listening. And sorry, in 10 minutes over. I hope you enjoy it. And then I'm cheering and praying and for world peace from US. And someday I will perform in where you are. So thank you so much for having me, Fukuma-san. Thank you so much. And let's see, is it good? Okay, I'm back. So thank you so much today for having me, and I hope everyone enjoy it.
So thank you very much for your nicest talk, and I'm very impressive because yesterday I had a Japanese one, but maybe taste is different today, so it's nice. So again, thank you very much, and it is already the time to finish. So I'll finish the YouTube live at now. So thank you again for watching.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.